'89, I was 10 years old, and in my neighborhood, there was one place with a machine at a pizza place, and it was a Street Fighter 1 machine. So I was really into that um, at the time, and then eventually Street Fighter 2 came out, and that was all the rage, obviously, all across the world. So yeah, that was when I first really got hooked on Street Fighter, and obviously playing with my friends back then, we were really little, weren't that good. And then I grew up, went to high school, moved off the island, moved into Manhattan in New York City, and quite a few years went by until I revisited Street Fighter, which was in 2007 when I had gotten into emulation, and then I started revisiting all of these old games from my childhood, and eventually got to Street Fighter. And one thing led to another. I tracked down an arcade stick maker to recreate the original experience. Uh, yeah, I mean that's it.
What are your memories of the first Street Fighter tournament you went to?
Uh, well, I don't know if this would technically be considered a tournament, but back to Street Fighter 1 when I was like around 10, the pizza place had a tournament, but it wasn't a 1v1 tournament. It was a high score tournament. And this was actually for Street Fighter 2 when they got it, which makes it even stranger that they didn't do a 1v1. But it was a high score tournament, and the winner gets a free pizza, and I won that. So that was kind of my first win, I guess if you want to call it that. But my first real tournament would have been probably end of 2007 at University Pinball in Philadelphia. And my memories of that, I had dragged along one of my old buddies from when I was a kid who grew up with me, and we went over there to see what's up. And like I said before, I thought I was good at the time, so I was expecting to do better, but I got totally destroyed by the two players there that I met that are pretty well known. One of them is Nothingness, who is the E Honda player, Bill Gould, and the other was No Ho Ho, the Blanca player who passed away a few years back. So it was quite a memorable first experience for me.
How long did it take for you to get to the top of the American scene?
Hmm. It felt kind of quick in my mind. Let's see. So after that tournament, I had made friends with No Ho Ho, who also lived in New York City, and we started playing a lot together. Chinatown Fair was the main destination we would meet up, and then eventually I got a MAME cabinet in my house, and we would play there together. So I really credit him for getting me up to speed as quickly as I did. He had all of the tech from Japan and all that stuff. He spoke Japanese and had a lot of experience there. So I guess my first breakout tournament was in 2008 at Midwest Championships, held in Nickel City in Chicago, I think it was. And I met a whole bunch of famous players there. Seth Killian was there, NKI, DSP, Jason Wilson, Wes Trulson, Jesse Howard. Like it was loaded. And I ended up getting third in that tournament and performed really, really well in the team tournament that they did at the beginning. Chris Doyle was there, Technical Monkey. No Ho Ho flew out with me there. So yeah, I guess it took. I was using Zangief at the time too, which not many people may know. But I feel like if we consider that my first break on tournament, then it took me about a year to get pretty good.